the mystical experience in its highest form is always described as a vision of a light, a vision of the divine in whichever form it might be sort of seen or understood to be, either as emptiness or as nothingness or as a fully formed resemblant body, no matter what, but it's a vision. And then hearing, divine revelation. In the moment that something is seen, it is then known, and vice versa. When something is known, it is finally clearly seen. The shaman journey begin and end with a vision. Different shamanistic cults or animistic cults around the globe, they of course differ in the form or mode of the vision, but ultimately is a vision that lead the shaman to meet his sort of guide, his teacher, and then this journey that the shaman does through the underworld of his psyche, of his unconscious, to the middle world of humans, and then to the higher worlds of the gods. And this journey is purely visionary. It's made of actual visual experiences. These visual experiences are always commented by the sort of the guiding spirit, sort of the teacher, which is represented the wisdom or the conscious aspect of the shaman, let's say, and eventually by the shaman himself that start to become sort of aware. The appearance of the vision and the commenting, so the hearing of either specific messages from the vision or a specific thought process that goes from the person toward the vision, like for example, the devotee toward his God, is again the common evolution that we find in shamanism as well. In the Tantric experience, we find again the same phenomenology. Ultimately, the Tantric process, both Hindu or Buddhist, is a process of purification of the elements of the psyche, of the mind, of course, of the coarse element also of the body, and the energies that are encapsulated within. And the process of purification yield the vision of the deity. The vision of the deity, and the deity eventually will bestow the sort of the mantra or the sacred words. So again, the hearing process and the sound that then become the dominating thought process of the devotee, which then communicate with his own vision through these sound words that are at the same time pronounced and heard, instaurating sort of a dialogue, which eventually lead to the, very often in the Tantra, to the copulating of the devotee with his deity, Ishtadevata, and from this union sort of a super consciousness is actuated. The end of this encounter is, in one way or another, self-knowledge, so the ultimate knowledge that then set the individual free. Having vision pierces through the appearance of the world and of reality, and what to the ordinary eye may be unworthy or unwholesome or apparently evil, through vision can be seen as pure, as perfect. In early Christianity, it was said that what the unrepentant or the unpurified heart sees as the fire of hell is the very same light that the person with a pure heart sees as the light of heaven. In the Tantras, the appearance of the Tantric deities, very often when it's depicted on sort of in iconography, in the paintings, they appear as evil, you know, with fangs and wrathful faces and bloods and corpses, and everyone that look at it would sort of shy away from it or don't want anything to do with it. And yet this ordinary vision is conquered through the opening of true vision, and then that deity or that aspect of the mind appear to be perfectly enlightened, despite the fact that its outer appearance may suggest otherwise. Even traditions that are by definition formless, if we take for example Advaita Vedanta or Chan Zen, it remains the same because the ultimate experience of Zen is still a vision, and the vision is the dissolution or disappearance or the breaking of all conceptual vision, of all conceptual view that you have of the world and of yourself. So is in itself a vision as well, and this vision, this new vision of the world that has been sort of destroyed, leaves then something. So what appear, what is seen after everything is unseen. Now, when people think of vision, very often they think that necessarily is a very visual experience, sort of a psychedelic enhancement of the reality that we experience day to day, or some kind of luminosity that appears, some kind of light and so forth and so on. While this is partly true, and it's definitely an element of vision. Now, this process definitely goes through as well a very vivid visionary experience. The so-called third eye or opening of the third eye very often is referred to this process, and definitely many people find that through the process of learning how to see, they do awaken some mystical vision that can be very overwhelming. When those visions are not visualization, but a real vision that appear as real or more real than you and I, for sure are very touching, and they are very transforming. They cannot easily be unseen or forgotten. The visionary aspect of vision remain important because, again, it is what gave the final faith to Moses, what gave the final faith to the disciples, what gave the final faith to Lord Buddha or to all the great tantrics, what gave the final faith to Arjuna, when Krishna revealed his Vishvarupa, its divine form. So the visionary aspect of vision is important. And it is something that I will guide you to. But again, it is not the goal, or better said, it is not what really vision is about. It is more a symptom of it, or a side effect of it, or a stage of it. The vision is to see. To see is to know, to comprehend. Is the vision that penetrates the appearance of form, that penetrate meaning. Is the vision that undress reality in its nakedness, undress the mind in its nakedness. Is the vision that sees through the veil of Maya, of the web of karma, the web of interdependent identities. Is the vision that you ultimately see through your own mind, through yourself. Is a vision that discern that which is from that which appears to be. Is a vision that grant a disidentification from the gross element of identity and personality that we have carefully built through a lifetime. And when you can see it, you are already not it, because it implies that you have already moved away from it. And then in the moment that you see it, it doesn't appear to be as real, as dominant, as solid, as it appears to be before the vision is achieved, before you open the eyes of wisdom. Is the tool of great visionaries of all time. It breaks concept, it breaks patterns, it breaks consensus. It literally gives you a new vision, and this new vision of the world and of yourself can be threatening to the old identity, to the personality, can be threatening to others. Vision is a revolution. Vision is liberation.